Welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation. I am Aaron James. This is your Rangers news channel, guys. Obviously, please smash that sub and help the channel to keep on growing. Well, we have news of a departure and news of an imminent departure this afternoon from Rangers as Rangers continue their summer rebuild, which obviously still needs an awful lot of work ahead of the Dynamo Kiev game at Hambrox or Hampden, whatever you want to call it, tonight. So then, first of all, let's deal with the departure. It has been confirmed now. It is now official news confirmed by Rangers themselves. Rangers FC today confirms that Jose Cifuentes has joined Aris Thessaloniki on a season-long loan with an option to buy. This follows the ending of his loan spell with Cruzeiro. Everyone at Rangers wishes at Jose Cifu 51 well in Greece. So that obviously has some changes from what was originally been reported by a number of in-the-know media outlets. Those sources, including obviously those close to Hanan Fan Media, were reporting that Rangers were doing it as a obligation to buy. It now appears that that obligation to buy has changed now to an option to buy the player. Perhaps not as good a deal. Obviously, not obligation to buy is a lot firmer, as we've seen obviously with the Cortez deal and the Diamonde deals that we've done. The option to buy obviously will be down to how Jose Cifuentes performs. So let's hope that he probably puts in a bit of a more performance than we've seen in Purdue for Rangers, although some fans have suggested that is because he's never actually been used in his rightful position. Who knows? Obviously, he had a very disappointing time at Cruzeiro as well, and has really only showed any sort of quality when he was at LAFC. But as we know, the MLS is pretty much of a joke of a league. It's a bit of a retirement league, isn't it? Where players go to kind of give up and kind of, players. Zlatan Ibrahimovic himself said, when they were talking about players doing well in the MLS and the fact that he was outperforming them, and he said, well, they're 24, 25. Where was I when I was 24, 25? That's right, playing for AC Milan, playing for Juventus, playing in top European clubs. So Cifuentes goes off to Aris this season. He won't be with Rangers. So we've obviously got to hope that Jose really impresses them so that they pay the money over next summer. I really don't want to be having him returned again. He really has failed to settle in Glasgow. I think, he hasn't obviously enjoyed Scottish football. He hasn't enjoyed the conditions. He hasn't enjoyed playing for Rangers. I think he obviously hasn't enjoyed the managers he's worked under. I mean, obviously one of those was Michael Beale, so let's face it, who really wants to work for him? So at the end of the day, it's not a surprise that he's gone. He has not done well for Rangers. So we just hope that, this move obviously comes off. It's got obviously implications will be if he is returned from yet another loan spell, that it pretty much may sort of kind of say that we are stuck with this player until his contract ends, which, is really bad business practice. You end up paying a player weekly wage that, you don't really need to be paying, especially if you're probably not going to be using him at all. Because I think, if he does end up coming back to Glasgow next summer, this is not a player who's going to go into the first team or be in first team plans. So he's going to be sitting around in the B team or in the stands, earning a hefty wage for doing absolutely jack all, or perhaps get loaned out again. To just unimpress again. So, it is obviously a big concern going forward as regards Jose Cifuentes. I really do hope that he re-impresses in Greece. Now, obviously, the other thing that has not yet been confirmed is, as regards his wages, are Aris picking up the full burden of his wages, or are Rangers picking up some of the wages as well? I would suspect the latter is true, and that we are paying a percentage of his wages, as he is no doubt on quite a high wage at the club, as a number of those signings were that Michael Beale made last summer. The other news obviously surrounds Romanian playmaker Ianis Hagi. Now, Sky Sports have reported that Hagi is unlikely to feature for Rangers again because of a clause in his contract. Now, there are two sides to this story in terms of this clause in his contract. One clause states that if he plays 100 games for Rangers, the club that we bought him off will receive another payment. However, a second report now is out saying that if Hagi plays 100 games, his wages will increase. So there's two clauses, there's two ideas going round at the moment. Now, it appears that Rangers, according to reports, Sky Sports are reporting that Rangers don't want to pay that wage increase or pay that additional fee, depending on which story you believe, to Hagi or to I think it was Bruges or Genki came from. So this is obviously a bit of a concern. This is obviously meaning that we've got a player sat in the reserves in the B team looking for a move allegedly. That we're paying a substantial wage to, but obviously we can't play because there is some sort of penalty clause there, which I think is a really daft reason to not play a player. Now, Phillipe Clement was questioned as regards Hagi. Now, he was obviously regards the ripping up of Hagi's contract, which he denied, and he also made this comment as well during his press conference ahead of tonight's game. But we've had clear talks before the preseason with his agents about that. We need to look, like I said, at a lot of things in the club about wages. How many can you have in position with the budget we have to get the budget to get transfers? So it was really clear towards him that the idea was to sell him. That's what we wanted. Also, that is the clear situation. So it does appear from that comment that Clement has made, kind of reading between the lines, inferring detail from that comment, that no, he's not in his plans, and that he does want him sold, because obviously I think this wage increase may be such that Rangers don't want to pay this wage increase. But the concern I've got about this is quite clear for me. The big concern I've got is that, at this moment in time, just shut this curtain a bit, a bit more, take some of the light away. The concern I've really got as regards Hagi in this moment in time is, if you look at the situation regarding Rangers, we have not got a proper 10. And if we are going to persist with playing a 10, Tom Lawrence has been fairly hopeless so far this season, hasn't been great at all. Alex Lowry doesn't appear to be part of the plans. It appears now that Hagi is also on his way out of the team as well. If we're going to persist with a 10, we need to either buy one or basically not actually persist with a 10 and go to a flat 3 in midfield, which I think is the best move forward. I mean, look, a lot of fans have kind of stated, well, Hagi's too slow. Well, Tom Lawrence is hardly lightning, is he? A lot of fans have stated that Hagi's not at the top of his form. Well, the thing I'd say about Ianis Hagi is the fact that this is a guy who impressed at the European Championships. I mean, yeah, I know people are saying, well, he scored a hat-trick against Derby, so what? It was against Derby's B team. Well, who cares? But I'm going off what I saw at the Euros, playing against a very good Holland team, playing, in competitive games for his country against top nations and doing well and impressing. Now, surely, to completely rule him out and say, no, we're not even going to play him just because of this wage clause is not the right way forward. And does it show a limiting ambition? I don't know. Or does it show good financial management? It's a difficult one to kind of think of. And I'm trying to sort of see things from both sides of the story. But it does appear that Hagi will be gone because of this wage clause in his contract. And that is the reason why he is being got rid of, not because of any other reason, which, again, you can kind of debate and discuss amongst yourselves and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. But the main news, obviously, is that Jose Cifuentes is departing the club. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And on the way out, please, obviously, smash that like. And remember always, we are the people.